On today's episode of PJ and the Beard, we're going to take a look at a pedal. But before we get into that, we'd like to ask you to consider subscribing to the channel, clicking on the notification bell. Your interaction with us helps us interact with great people in the industry. In this case, we went to our friends at Zzounds and got something in from our friends at Keeley. We got in the Keeley Bubble Tron. It is has 3 effects and 2 versions of each of those effects, if I got that right. Yeah. But he's going to break it down for you.
So, I mean, this pedal's been around for a while, so this is not like a new pedal, but it's one I've wanted to check out since it came in. I remember I've seen multiple videos for it over the years, and I feel like everybody's like, oh, this like crazy, weird pedal. And I don't know that I'm walking away from this video with that feeling. I'm going to say that up front. It's the Bubble Tron. Cool name. Essentially, when you plug it in, you have a filter, a phaser, and a flanger. So you got this little 3-way toggle here: filter, flanger, phaser. And that filter is kind of like is it step filter? Is it?
Yeah, it's got both.
Is that what it? Because down here you can pick triangle wave, square wave. You can pick a random wave. I forget what the other one was off the top of my head. Maybe probably sine or something like that, right? So you have that with a rate, and sensitivity, and a level. So you have a depth, a rate, a sensitivity, and level. Obviously, you're doing different things depending on which effects that you have. And the owner manual is semi-helpful for that.
Fair.
Right? I'm not trying. I mean,
right.
And don't get me wrong. We love Keeley. I mean, we have. I mean, I can see 5 Keeley pedals sitting right there. So yeah, we're big fans of Keeley. So, yeah. So here's what I wanted to tell you, though. Typically, when pedal companies put stuff on the inside of the pedal, like dip switches and like trim pots and stuff, we're like, yeah, well,
that's right.
We're
going to use it the way they said it to us.
Right. So we made a big exception in this case.
We did.
Because this one has 2 little dip switches, which obviously you're not going to be able to see. The first one says vintage or modern, and the second one says bank 1 and bank 2. So we will tell you which clip is in bank 1, which clip's in bank 2. And sometimes we like played the clip and they're like, wonder what that sounds like over on the vintage siding, and we flip the switch. So we'll try to tell you where we start, and then there might be a little extra bonus clip at the end that will show you what it sounds like flipping the switch. Bank 2 is filter, phase, flange 2, but they're a little bit different. Right. And on bank 2 of this, the filter is an envelope filter. So
shakedown sound.
Yeah, let's start there. Because why wouldn't you start on the secret bank 2 on the inside? Right. Because I like envelope filters, and that's one of the things that made me, one of the reasons I found this pedal. So I flipped it over to bank 2. I'm in the vintage side. And if this was the envelope series or the shakedown sound series, I would say, can it get the sounds from the Doodah Man? So here's that clip. on the Michael Dolan Custom. That's such a cool guitar. We did an interview with Michael Dolan about this guitar. We did a video on this guitar. Cool guitar. Anyway, where did you go first?
We jumped over to the other bank. We went to Bank 1 while the back was accessible. We flipped it over to Bank 1, and I went to the Flanger, and I grabbed the PRS NF3 because we don't have an NF53 yet. And I played the Flanger on the modern side to start.
All right, so staying in Bank A, I flipped it to the phaser for this next clip. Believe it started on the modern, and you'll probably get a little taste of the vintage at the end. Interesting. We didn't start on the modern always because we thought that one sounded better.
Right.
Because sometimes we played through them and we were like, oh, that sounds really good. And then we flipped to the vintage and we're like, ooh.
Right.
Yeah.
And I guess the other disclaimer is we changed none of the parameters, just that.
Yeah.
Just the modern vintage. We didn't cocktail it to the new sound.
Just to see what it sounded like. So American Strat, here's the phaser in Bank A.
All right, for my next clip, stayed in phaser world and went to the other bank.
Bank B.
Bank B. PRS Silver Sky SE. And I played this.
All right, so back to Bank A. It's like, why wouldn't we have done this in order? Anyway. So back in Bank A, now I'm on the filter of Bank A. So it's not an envelope filter per se anymore. Now it has that rate to it and stuff like that. And I grabbed the DGT with Porter pickups in it, and I put it on the random. Not the triangle wave, not the square, but the random. Because I really didn't know what to do with this. And but I had a lot of fun with it. Mm-hmm. It's a little strange, but I had a lot of fun with it.
All right, for my last clip, Flanger, Bank B, I grabbed the Hot Rod Telly and I put it in the bridge pickup and was trying to play a little something that sounds like the guitars from the Police. And I didn't realize until we started this channel and started looking at pedals a lot more that he actually used Flanger as a chorus. So I played this.
That's all the clips we have for you tonight. Obviously, we could have taken some time and maybe twisted some knobs, show you how the sensitivity knob works. That's really interesting. Sometimes you can, like, depending on how hard you hit, will depend on how much of the effect comes through. So if you turn that sensitivity down, you can make it so it's kind of cleanish, and then you hit it hard and it pops out, depending on which effect you're on. There's a level knob on here that's you can use it to boost your signal a little bit. And then the depth and the rate that do different things. So, we could have probably gotten the knobs a little bit more, but it was I feel like it has always been presented as such like a unique, strange pedal. I just wanted to check it out and run through the different settings. Final thoughts.
Yeah. I'll tell you, here's a shock. I liked it, but maybe not initially. When I first came down, and I don't want to steal any of your thunder, Jason was trying to get that shakedown sound or the sound of the Doodah Man out of it. And it just, was a little difficult to dial in, which reminded me of other envelope filters that we've had that you're like, these knobs are so interrelated that one turn here really, so it was a bit of a struggle, but he found a sound that I thought sounded good. But I'm like, oh my gosh, is the whole pedal going to be like this in every setting? And it wasn't. Some of the knobs were kind of like counterintuitive for me, maybe just my own understanding of how things would work. I mean, the level was pretty self-explanatory. You just wanted to get like unity for me. But just the way the rate and the depth work together, and then the sensitivity, like sensitivity closer to all the way off is where I landed on most of the time. But I kind of figured it out. But it was just, it was a lot of knob turning, but not an overabundance of knob turning to get where you wanted to. But it was really interesting, and there's so many different things. And again, curiosity got to us to where I actually opened the pedal, and I'm glad we did, because one comment that Jason made that I picked up on when I was playing the dude that might be a little spaceman looking dude song about him. When we switched over to the vintage, it was probably more the sound that I would have dialed up if I were chasing that particular song. But we always started just on the vintage, on the modern, for whatever reason. So it's got a lot of, I say that just to say there's a lot of tonal options in here. And I think it would be cool. It might be curious to see, like, if you're going to have this on your board. A lot of times you're not switching things on the fly anyway, but like, which bank would I have it defaulted to? It's interesting. If you want to use it for one effect at one time, you'll probably figure out what you want to use. But if you're like, man, I'd like to maybe just toggle through something, I don't know how I would do that.
Do that internal toggle.
Right. That, which leads me to a question, and I'm going to show my ignorance after 6 years of this channel. I'm like, why can't some of those dip switches be on the outside? You know, especially for these, because we really dug what they did. But I don't know how much I want to open this pedal. So that's just I've never given like negative criticism or whatever, but it's more of a question of like, I wish that stuff was accessible without taking a screwdriver to this and opening it. But it sounded great.
Yeah,
and it was fun to get into.
I have a weird final thought for this. I've watched the videos over the years. I'm not sure how many years it's been out, but I feel like it's been out for quite a while. Mm-hmm. I feel like everybody made it seem like it was this strange, use the word novelty pedal that does these really bizarre things. Mm-hmm. And in some ways, I'm like, what were they? After having it in hand, I'm like,
except for the step filter, whatever. But the rest of it was,
what are you talking about?
Right.
Like, I don't get it. Right. Like, because to me, at the end of the day, and maybe we're just boring. It could be it, but at the end of the day, I'm like, wow, there was 2 really good phasers in here. In Bank A, it's like a I forget what they called it, phaser, and then Bank B, they said it's an 8-stage phaser. Right. I forget. I think I saw somewhere how many stages.
I think it was 8. It said 8, I think, on the literature.
On B.
On B.
And then I think...
it didn't say, it just said...
But I think it might be like a 4-stage phaser or something like that. It doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. What matters is they both sounded good. Right? And the flanger is not like a effect that I would typically get, that we've kind of steered away from that. Mm-hmm. I'm not even sure we've ever done a flanger. Have we ever done a flanger?
We had it on an option for some pedal because we were trying to do the jet airplane sound.
Yeah, but I'm not sure we've ever had just like, here's
the
flanger.
No. You won't see a flanger series coming out of these guys.
Probably not.
Not unless we have a consultant.
Oh, a flanger series?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we would need some help with that. But I thought the stuff you were doing when you did the flanger, and notice you got to do the flanger because I was like, yeah, like I thought the stuff he played sounded really good, and then the envelope filter sounded really good. Like, I don't get it. Like, I guess I'm left with, wow, it's a really good envelope filter, phaser, and flanger pedal. You get 3 things in one. If it were me, I would probably try to dial that envelope filter up, figure out where I like the settings for that.
Take a picture. And
so I would probably put that internal switch on Bank 2, so I could always flip up to that. And I like that in the vintage. Yeah. And then maybe try and dial up the phaser, and I would have, like, I could jump between the phaser and the envelope filter on this, and I'd be really happy. Because none of my envelope filters I use right now, I can jump to a phaser. And the envelope filter is not something I use in every song.
Right.
or even in every set, or even in every time we play.
Mm-hmm.
It takes something special for that to come out, but I'm not giving up the spot on my board for it.
That's right.
So I might sit there and do nothing for months, but when I get to step on it, it's a joyous moment. So to be able to use something like that, I'll just use a phaser on this. That'd be cool. So I guess what I'm long-windedly trying to say is, I don't get what the fuck. It maybe I don't even remember whose videos I'm thinking about, but I just feel like there was this. I had this impression this was kind of a weird novelty type thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna dispel that now and just be like, this is a good phaser, filter, and flanger pedal.
Right. Yeah.
So you get 3 quality things,
Mm-hmm.
And it's Keeley, so you know it's gonna be good. Yeah.
It's like $199 and available on Zzounds. That's our only shameless promotion there. Probably an affiliate link for that. But that's just to give you an idea of the price point. But it has all of that on the surface and all the other things under the hood. So there's a lot of things you can do with that pedal, even at that price point.
Right.
Because envelope filters themselves are very expensive.
We'd spend $199 for an envelope filter.
Right.
So with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for, if you click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, any of those things that you do to interact with the channel, that's what helps us interact with cool people like Zzounds, who sent this over for us to check out so we could share it with you. So we appreciate that. And with that,
I'm PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding you no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear.